All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
It's Great Millstone, New Orleans, coming at you with another live lesson. Now, before we get started, we want to give our praises, glory, and knowledge unto
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Kabbalash.
about us to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace, blessings, citations to the hope of the day. All right, and we're gonna get straight into it, man. All right, because we can see through our spiritual lens that the economy is weak. All right, people are on edge. All right, people are panic buying. Okay, thinking that the whole tariff situation is going to escalate into something further. All right, in which we go and you dive into the tariffs. Right, it's just a more or less a war on imports. Right, war on imports and exports. Okay, but the U.S. dollar is so intricate and it's so rigged into all of these economies that it can't really be ousted, all right? In which while all these nations are calling and begging to make a deal with the U.S., okay? In which you go into the bond market, all right, different things, and which is why Trump ultimately, paused the tariffs, because once the bonds start to go, that's when you start to send shockwaves through the global economy, man, all right? In which we know that ultimately the whole economy is going to crash, all right, through the plans of who? The elite bankers, man, in order to bring what? A new system. You see? Go ahead.
Because it's Ecclesiastes 12, verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves.
Right. If I can say real quick, who are the keepers of the house? All right. So you have these guys on Wall Street. All right. These stock guys. All right. These elite, not elite, but these bankers, man. All right. The ones that give you the forecast and tell you the outlook for the economy. All right. These stockbrokers, man. Okay. Keep going.
And it says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinder cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened.
Right. So when you have the economists, all right, you got the word, bring it out.
Yeah, that's the word economist. Online etymology. It says household manager.
Right, a household manager, all right, which when you have somebody that manages a house, what are they doing? They're insight, they're putting out different duties, or this is what needs to be done, that needs to be done to do what? Control it, make it better, make it run smoother, all right? And that's what these economists do, right? They manage the house. Go ahead.
I know, you took a word right off my mouth. They manage the house, bro.
Mm-hmm. But keep that point on.
It says, start over.
Just the middle part.
It said, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinder cease, because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened.
Right, and those economists, all right, these keepers of the house, they are looking out the windows and they're seeing nothing but darkness, man. All right, there's no light for this place to shine and come back to what it once was, man. All right, especially with this guy Trump in office, and that's what you and call on y'all by shooting outside for putting the spirit on these devils, these elite bankers' minds. All right, through the left hand side to put this guy back in the office. All right, because he's a wild card, man. All right, you don't know how he's feeling one day. All right, the next day he might negotiate a deal. Then next week he might be ready to go to war with you, man. All right, and that's what you need. Go ahead and make a point.
I want to say too, yeah, by his that's what happens by this economy collapsing, man.
Yeah.
Hey, business shutting down.
Yeah.
People getting laid off in their jobs, man.
Yeah.
That's what we see, man. That's what caused the grind cease, man.
Yeah.
Hey, then he rambunctious, he aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, it's the perfect time to have a man like that caught making moves and shit.
Yeah.
Because ultimately he gonna make moves that everybody else would make.
Right.
Those crazy moves, those drastic moves.
Yeah, and you gonna keep making the moves, and one day it's gonna bite you in the ass, man. That's it. And the Lord gonna put the spirit on you to do it. You see, because you already talking big shit to Iran, man. That's it. You telling them, hey, look, I want a deal by the end of May, all right? we're gonna get a deal by the end of May. Get ready for all hell to break loose, man. All right, and we know once these devils go and make war with Iran, man, we closer to, we at the door. You see, we at the door, man. But what I told you, exactly. Get that. You got precept though, right?
Yeah.
Get your precept for it. Get that. All right.
Real quick, just backing up, everything that you just mentioned about DJ Donald, explaining who he is, man. The way that he acts. This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 16. It says, "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning." All right, and the point is, woe to thee, O land. The woe goes into destruction. All right, so it's going to be ultimate destruction, with this type of leadership that's going on by the wicked Esau Edom. But everything that we see right now, what DJ Donald is doing right now, man, is childish in a sense. All right, so it's not with an actual king ruler. When our Lord and Savior come in and take over this thing, it's going to be a complete 360 turnaround of this thing, man.
Yeah, you're trying to turn the U.S. around in wickedness, man. All right, well, biblical prophecy said this place is going to be completely destroyed, man. All right, it shall be left neither root nor branch. You see, utterly desolate, man. It's going to be a desolate. All right, that's how the Lord's going to turn this place around. You see, and Lord willing, it's through you. But give rather Zephaniah word.
Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 10, it says, "And it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord Yahweh, that there should be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills."
Right, in which the hills are synonymous with what you know as the stocks, man. Look at a stock exchange. All right, it's a graph chart. All right, look at the graph. There's lines going up, lines going down. All right, lines going up, lines going down, man. Look like hills, man, mountains. You see, and we know that mountains in the scriptures represents governments, man. All right, and we see, and this is a prophecy saying that there's a crashing of the hills. All right, meaning that it's just going to go down, down, down. All right, which we saw last week. All right. We saw last week within 2 days, you had one day was the biggest day in over 50 years, man. All right, with the Dow J dropping 1,600 points, right? The next day, it was over 2,500, man. You see? But you got these devils rejoicing that it rose up 1,500 Wednesday when it just dropped 4,000, man. Come on, y'all brothers got something?
I got this here.
Got something?
Get some. All right. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7 said, "For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way." So we saying that, the mystery of iniquity working right now. You know what I'm saying? What is the revived Roman Empire? But we seeing right now that these things right now constantly, are picking up. We seeing wickedness is at its greatest right now. We seeing we're right upon a great economic collapse. We're right upon, Jacob's trouble. Also, the MOTV is getting ready to be implemented. So these things are coming upon that dark forecast. So let me see, get a little bit more of that.
If I can add to you,
go ahead,
real quick, and that's the whole point in crashing this system.
Yes,
sir. Right? In order to bring forth a new one, right? Because once people see their IRAs, all right, their 401ks vanish overnight, they try to go get their money out, even before,
Yeah.
When it's a whole collapse, a total collapse, what's going to happen? All chaos going to break
loose. Chaos going to break loose. Yeah.
And that's the time that we're in.
That's it.
With all of the things going on in the world, all right, all of the events, all right, all these different wars, all right, rumors of wars. Well, these things, the tariff wars, right, these things lead to wars, man. You see? But,
what's the order out of chaos?
Order out of chaos.
Order out of chaos.
Yep. That's all. Got one. Finish that up.
Verse 10 it said, verse 9 said, "Even him who is to come is after the working of Satan with all powers and signs and lying wonders." So already know that he's coming with these that counterfeit technology, this AI, this robotics, You know, so we already know that a lot of these jobs are being taken over, you know what I'm saying, by AI. You know, a lot of people being unemployed, like, you know what I'm saying, they, you know, the grind shit see. You know, there's a lot of things that's coming to pass, you know, that dark forecast, and who is coming out the women of Satan, and what is the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. So we seeing that right now, that he's gonna come with this a universal basic income with all things, you know, like that crash, great crash in the year. He's gonna come with it.
Yeah,
He's gonna come with that.
if I can add to you real quick, because when people start losing their jobs, all right, and they can't get another job because of the economy, all right, because of the global market, what's going to happen? That what Elon Musk said it. Well, at some point, we're eventually going to have to put forth a universal basic income to supplement for the jobs that the robots will take away from humans, man. You see, so they're floating out those buzzwords to let you know, all right? But
And it's real common, bro. Like all that. I'm at my job, brother. You just hear random people talking about, they making jokes and shit about, soon the robots gonna be doing this and shit. Like they talking about it more often and it's more common, and it's just becoming more and more of a thing. So when that shit happen, it's like what is called like gradually. It's gonna be already we're gonna be already accustomed to it. So it's gonna take place like nothing happened. Like it's gonna be normal.
If I can back you up, when you speak of gradualism, a vivid picture of that is when they tell you if you put a frog in water, you basically turn the heat up slowly. Yeah. The frog will never feel it. If you turn it up to the max and you let it burn, everybody going to jump up. But if you turn it up real slow, the frog will never know what's going on. And basically
Keep comfortable.
Yeah.
So they subconsciously they've been adapting to it the whole time.
Yep.
So it's like it's never really been a change to them.
I could read verse 10, you know.
Hold that.
I can only take that's going into something else.
No, that's good. Hold it.
All right.
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
John, it's Jeremiah 51 and verse 7, and it reads, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. This is the point. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto the heaven, and is lifted up even unto the skies. And I brought that out because you brothers was going into the collapse of the economy. Right? And that's the infrastructure of Babylon. Right? When you go into balm, and what balm does, it heals. It's an ointment. Right? You want to go ahead?
Yeah, I want to say when one time where heal the blue, that means that a favor, nation's favor. Because the nation, like, these nations, they try to ask for favor to keep the economy going. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's going to be destroyed. That's why I ain't saying, hey, it's not going to be here.
Americans certainly the drain. That's what we constantly see that dark forecast. You know, economy constantly, you know, going up and down and stuff like that. We see that right now we are very close. You know that the economy is getting ready to crash. You know, bank run, sedition, all sorts of things getting ready to happen right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? All hell is getting ready to break loose. You got to
Read that Jeremiah 51 again. Pick up that.
Yeah, I was about to say, bro, it's crazy because the people feeling it like, man, it's like everywhere I go, every day there's somebody complaining about the prices of everything. The price of eggs, food, mortgage, whatever. The people feeling everything, bro. Like, it's real common.
Elder Malcolm in Chicago, he just did a video yesterday they had a compilation of people complaining, and it was going from like Edomites to, you know, so-called Hispanics, and just everybody complaining, bro. And they asking like, how do y'all people live like this? Basically referring to, you know, so-called minorities, right? Israelites. But, you know, they started to feel that heat, man. Everybody started to
That's it.
My bad.
The Lord is slowly putting the curses on the other nation. That's exactly what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? what was done to us getting ready to be done to them. You know, they feeling what we feel. You know, so you know, one that was on top now is getting ready to be on the bottom. That's
Right.
being that transition to bottom. That's exactly what's happening.
Deuteronomy 30 and 7.
That's it.
All the curses that we on, well, you starting to feel them.
You
Why?
feel them.
Because the kingdom is starting to be translated,
That's
man.
it.
You see? And you
With
start
that time.
to feel them birth pains now.
That's it.
Go ahead. Because I want to make a point on something.
Con. Jeremiah 51 and 7 again, and it reads, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Right, Babylon had been a golden cup. All right, when you got a golden cup, and you're just using the golden cup to just give. All right, amen. That's how the Lord used America. All right, and it actually filled up these other nations with their democracy. All right, their philosophies, the ways that they've adapted. All right, now, that's why you got moles all across the globe now, man.
Yeah.
Just running rampant, man. You know, keep going.
Verse 8, it reads, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed.
Right, if so. So if it's possible. I was doing a lesson yesterday going into the word if being an uncertain word. All right?
Yeah.
A word of uncertainty. You use the word if you don't know if this is true or you know, it's like if I don't, you know, if is uncertain. It's like, I don't know. It say if she may be healed.
That's 50-50.
If she may be healed, but what it said,
No certainty.
It says, verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
but she is not healed. So that's certain. It didn't say if she is not healed. No, she said she is not healed, man. All right? Meaning that this place is going to go down.
That's it.
I said, what that?
Yeah.
But
If,
it can't. It's done already. It can't be
and that's why I made that statement earlier, because the way the US dollar is rigged into the system of these other countries, man, you can't just, like with that whole thing Russia set up, right? The whole BRICS, all right? That's a payment system, all right? It's not, yeah, you say, oh, it's gold back, it's this, it's that, all right? But they still have to deal with US money,
That's right.
right? This is a petrodollar. This is when shit goes to shit, all right? When everything goes to shit, people don't want to have US money, all right? US dollars. Because if that dollar crashes, then what do you think is going to happen to the other markets, man?
That's it.
You see? But you have more, right?
A little bit more, yeah.
Okay.
The latter end of verse 9, it says, but she is not healed, forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto the heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah, because it said, let us go everyone to his own country. And we seeing something out here like that with the whole brothers chicken thing.
yeah.
Those people that started that, they left this country, man. You know, all of the juice is gone basically from America.
That's it.
You know, these other nations, these other people from these other nations are no longer benefiting from America no more.
Yeah, that great hall, man.
But you got it out.
It's 13 and I'm gonna get it. Read that Revelation 18. Stuff on the top. Yeah.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 18 from the top. It says, and after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Keep going.
For all nations have
Which that's going into the actual destruction, all right? You in Isaiah 13 and 19 back then. But keep going.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Right, in the merchants of the earth, man. All right, these other nations. It says the merchants of the earth are waxed rich with the abundance of her delicacies, right? Because when you start to deal with U.S. money, that makes your country do what? It climbs up, man. You know, it receives an increase, right?
Prosper.
It prospers, man.
That's it.
You see, but jump to
And also, just to add to what you were saying, that America, you know what I'm saying, they have an influence on all nations, because everyone want to be like what? America, the whole, you know what I'm saying? Democracy, keep thy will spirit. You know what I'm saying? You do whatever you want to do, you know what I'm saying? You can come here, you know what I'm saying? You become rich. Do whatever you want to do, all sorts of abominations, all sorts of, iniquity. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful point.
Yeah.
Which is why it says the nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of fornication.
That's it.
Man. And that's what they've done. They've drunk that Babylon juice. You see, and they went these places that didn't want to get down. They went in and made them get down, man.
That's it. They slept with the whole.
You have no choice but to drink that Babylon
juice,
man.
That, you know what I'm saying? I lay down.
Yeah,
that's
it.
it.
Yeah, do what we know as economic hitmen, man.
That's it.
You go into those 3 stages.
All right, there you go.
But keep going.
You said jump to 9, right?
Yeah, 9.
Verse 9, it says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Right. So the kings of the earth that committed this fornication, that's done this business, and they've waxed so rich, they're going to see the nuclear destruction will be televised.
That's it.
You see, they're going to see this place get hit with 200 million missiles, man. All right. Keep going, bro.
Verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Right, what's the Lord gonna make quick work of this place, man?
That's it.
It ain't gonna take nothing but an hour. Literally. All right? Literally, it's gonna take an hour. You jump to 16, it reiterates it, man. All right? But go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Yeah. So another statistic I like to bring out is that when you go into this chapter, it's telling you, this is describing America and how they are financially. All right? They are set up as an import country. Okay, when you look at your clothes, right? When you look at your food, your dishes, cars, and they're an import country. All right, they pay people their petrodollar. All right, the highest valued money on the planet Earth. They pay them that to what? Receive their goods. All right. Now on the flip side, they are exporting out what they're importing. Right, which creates a deficit. You see, because you're spending more than you're getting back. All right, but y'all, somebody about to say something? You say something? Oh, keep going though.
Verse 12, the merchandise.
Oh, hold on. Bible shop, Salaki. It says, for no man buy their merchandise anymore. Because when this place be destroyed,
that's it.
That's it, man. All right? It ain't going to be, it's going to be what we going to do? But what we going to do is the elect coming down out the chariots and put you in goddamn chains, man. All right? Because at that point, we're going to be saved when Babylon be destroyed.
Yeah.
You see? We're going to be saved. Go ahead.
Yeah, and everything is a good time that we still in what is the first quarter of the year?
Yeah, winding down the first quarter.
Yeah. So everything is this place is going, it's happening, it's gonna happen rapidly, it's gonna come out fast.
It should be in the second quarter now.
Second quarter.
At the end of the dollar said America, and pretty much all the economies around the world are, because Lord made the America, the hammer of the earth, you know what I'm saying? The number one superpower. You know what I'm saying? Once this superpower be taken down, there would be no other like it. And that's it. When America go down, that's pretty much the end of the world. The end of the age. So a lot of these nations, they going around, thinking they go like China, Russia, You know, they're fighting for like for position. I mean, for a position. Yeah, you know, tongue tap. But anyway, you know, just like I say, you know, there, you know what I'm saying, it's no other superpower that is coming but the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. You know what I'm saying? So we're in that transition of power. You got it again, Coach.
Give me a second, after 69. Back the butt up. You know? Because after this place goes down, that's it.
Ain't
All
nothing
right?
there. No up.
You don't got next. Give me that one. Moab, my one spot. Edom is my
That's
shoe.
it.
It's my
It's
shoe.
over with.
Grab that from me.
That's
You know?
it.
Because Moab, you don't got next.
That's it.
Nigga. All right? You want to set up this whole social. You got the whole NWO, NW0. You know, you got the whole thing. You got the whole get up, ready and set. You know, you got your boy Cotton Swabber. You know, y'all catch my drift.
Yeah.
You got him saying, "Oh, well, we believe, but China is the next, is the model for the new world." You know, and he's telling you what the model is for the new, the new. I hate that you gotta speak in all this goddamn terminology, man.
Yeah.
You know, and he's telling you that they are the model. All right, when you go into that whole social credit thing, the whole system that they have set up, man. All right, it's straight beat. It's a straight beat line for the MOTV. Those people over there just waiting to get you.
That's right.
That's it. All right.
That's it. That's all they're doing. You know, they get ready to try to bring forth everything together. You know, they trying to bring forth that NWO. You know, and we seeing it happening right before our eyes, putting in a new digital infrastructure. You know, you're seeing that. You know, they switching things over. You know, right before your eyes. That's why you know all these things are happening right now because that's what they trying to bring forth another agenda. But you know, imagine a vain thing. You know, so the only thing that's getting ready to happen is the kingdom of heaven. And towards right, we're at the end of an age. That's why when you look at America, you know, America is the final piece of the Lord's movie. You know, when you see America go down, that's it. That's the end. You know what I'm saying? You know, ain't nothing coming behind that but the kingdom of heaven. Yeah. You know, so they, you know, they'll imagine a vain thing. You got to get.
It's like we said with the second episode of 11 and 40.
Yeah.
Now, that remainder of the fourth beast.
Yes,
you go back to Revelation. Who had a wound to death, but did live. What is how you know, roughly paraphrasing?
Yeah.
You know,
but did live. Yeah.
But did live, man.
Yeah.
All right, and we're living in that time.
We're walking up and down right now, the revised Roman Empire.
Yeah.
You know, so go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Now I was just gonna say when you go into Daniel, Daniel ain't going to no other, you know, nation ruling after the revised Roman Empire. That's it.
Hey, even after that, it goes into but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom.
That's right. That's right, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is why we want this place to go down, man.
What comes after Revelation?
Nothing.
The kingdom of heaven.
The kingdom of heaven.
That's it. It's over with.
Ain't no books after Revelation.
Ain't no books. That's it. The books. That's it. They fulfilled.
Yeah.
Right.
That's sad measure. So we very close. Go ahead, man.
I was about to say because the destruction is also part of the revelation. Too.
That's it.
It's just kind of the latter end of it.
Yeah.
But after that, is what? It's peace. It's us.
Yeah. Because go ahead.
Yeah.
Because destruction is synonymous with our salvation.
That's it.
You see, they work hand in hand. We're gonna be getting saved. This place is gonna be getting destroyed.
Right.
You see, and then what's after? Happiness, peace. All right, joy. All right, rejoicing, being back at one with the Heavenly Father, man. Never going off
rest.
Go ahead. Bring a
Rest.
precept out.
You know, again, just backing up you brothers, everything that you're saying. You know, this is another tall tale sign of what's going on. You know, with these tariffs and so on and so forth. What they say that it's trying to bring in that NWO and everything with the money, which is going to lead to that CHIP, which is going to make everything just come faster than what we expect. You know, but it's Revelation 12:12. It says, Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
That's it.
All right? And again, he knows that he has a short time. That's why you can see something that you would think as small as the tariffs going on, this is something that's going to cause a major event to happen. All right? Which is going to fast forward, a lot of things, Lord willing, to that CHIP being mandatory, and that new currency, that new world order, that they have to have that control over everybody in this world.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's the plan. All right? That's the plan, man. All right? This guy in the office playing with all kind of shit. Hey, man, he just doing whatever the fuck he want to do that he's being told. All right?
That's it.
Yeah, because you got people who think that some of this shit going on is a mistake, or they made the wrong decisions, and now we in this situation. But no, this was all orchestrated first and foremost from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to the minds of these devils, man.
That's it.
All of this is intentional. Like this brother said, there's intentions behind everything that's going on in history right now.
That's
Right.
it.
Like I told this brother, you still holding that 2 Thessalonians, right?
Yeah.
Because that's why I said even him whose comings is after the workings of Satan.
That's it.
All right? When you go into the word working, it goes into energeia. Brother, get that in the what you call it from the Bible shop, that word energeia. All right? Because Jake think, oh, how wicked stuff gonna come from the Lord? Or how they gonna devise a plan and y'all saying the Lord doing it? Well, the Lord control both sides, man. You see? Satan on the left, Yahweh on the right. It's that simple. You got it. Bring out that second.
I get it. Good, all right. Second Ezra, First Thessalonians chapter 2, I think, verse 7. And it's in the etymology of the word work. It's got here G 1754. It says here the biblical usage. It says to be operative, to be at work, put forth power, to work for one, aid one, to affect.
No, that ain't it.
That ain't it.
No, it's in 9.
It's in that.
Yeah, verse 9.
Oh, Salat. I thought it was verse 7. Don't give him some. Salat.
Yeah, you good. We're working in 9.
Okay. Close. Okay.
Strong's G 1753. In there.
It said this strong G 1756 in Erica. It says the biblical usage. It said working efficiency. It says superhuman power. It said whether of God or of the devil.
Right, the superhuman power, but of the Most High or of the devil, man. So the Lord is controlling these things on the left hand side to devise these plans, because the prophecy, the MOTB, got to be fulfilled, and He gonna use Esau, Edom to fulfill it, man. You see, but brother had that second Ezra 6 and 9.
I got it.
You had something too, right?
Yeah.
That's 2 Ezra 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of this that follows.
Right, Esau is the end of this age. That word world goes into eon, all right, which means an age. You see, it's a time, all right. The day of doom is going to be the end of this age.
That's it.
All right, and what's to follow after that? Jacob,
Immortality.
Yahweh Shai.
That's it.
All right, what you gonna say?
I was going to say, well, if we serve for the Lord and the so-called president, he's calling us the prophets of doom.
Yeah,
So it's him.
That's it.
beautiful.
It's him, bro.
Well,
God, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 14 and 24. It says, the Lord Yahweh of hosts hath sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass. And as I have purposed, so shall it stand. All right, backing up again, that second address that the brother brought out, Jacob, Esau being the end of the world, Jacob being hit that follower, all right, it's already written. All right, so right now, we sitting in the most beautiful time that we could ever be in right now, watching everything unfold. All right, knowing that this is the end. This is what the Lord has always been talking about throughout these scriptures, man. But again, the Lord says, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass.
That's it.
All right, the Lord's will be done, man.
beautiful. Hey, you got it.
I got something to back him up.
Go ahead.
It says Proverbs chapter 21
Yes, brother.
and verse 1. It
Yes.
says the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. It said as the rivers of water, he turns it whithersoever he will. So that's what the Lord exactly doing. The Lord has called these things to happen upon The Lord is causing the one to be put down and one to be rise up. So we're in that transition of power. You know, so we already at the end of an age, an end of an eon. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's getting ready to bring forth the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's calling these things to happen, whether people believe it or not. You know, as it is written, it shall come to pass. You got it.
And as the rivers of water.
That's it.
Water, it turned, it got currents, it flow all different kind of ways, man.
He got it.
That's how the Lord is just, oh, I want that devil to put tariffs on everybody. Now tell him stop.
Yeah.
Tell him do it again.
Do it again.
It's just like what you call these string
Like a
puppets.
puppet.
That's right.
String puppets, you know.
Your house has the puppet master.
Yeah.
He controlling the puppets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tell you in Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, that the Lord gonna put the spirit on, you know,
Yeah.
rush to what? To push that button. So
Yeah.
isn't he a king?
Yes.
You see? So
Yes. Go ahead, brother.
This Revelation 17:17, it says, God had put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast.
So start at 16, probably sure.
Come. Verse 16,
Start at 15.
verse 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues, and ten horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
Right, that's beautiful how Revelation the 17th chapter and 18 kind of reiterate itself, but this one is a little more in depth on what these nations get ready to do. Because that was Jeremiah 51, right?
Yep.
In that same chapter, don't they say that the nations have drunken of her wine, so the nations are mad?
That's it.
You know, and these are the same nations, the EU, all right? We saw that a couple months back, not even a couple months, about a couple of weeks. Hey, brother, since this man has gotten to the office, all right, what he's done in these past 3 months, it's been shit presidents do in years, man. All right, you can't forget the EU was calling for a new leader of the free world, man. You see?
yeah.
So they know that. So they pissed off. They still pissed off, man.
That's it.
All right, but these nations that they've made an agreement with, all right, give me you got something? Give me Jeremiah 51:13. What's it do with that? All right. God. Because these nations that made an agreement with Babylon are in a treaty with them, all right, that's interlocked with Babylon are going to be the same nations that press the button and hit them with missiles, man.
That's it.
You know? Because of the way that this devil deals, you know? But to finish that on
Verse 17. For God had put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled.
Right, so the Lord put it in their hearts to do what? Like the brother said, press the button. You see? Once one button get pressed, another button getting pressed, then that button getting pressed, and hey man, the Lord, he about to empty the armory, man.
That's it, Lord.
You know?
Get busy.
And it's gonna be a wrap.
That's it.
You see? But the point, I got that to back you up because it's on the lowest time. All right?
That's it.
Hey man, in due season.
That's it.
You see, when the Lord see fit. Okay?
Yeah, because we know the Lord is a man of war.
Yeah.
So he the ultimate strategist.
Yes.
So he know exactly what button to make the push and what effect and reaction that's gonna have on this. And then the reaction after that, it's a domino effect. He got it all set up.
That's all that's set up.
I got that Jeremiah 51.
Okay, go ahead. Different.
Yeah, Jeremiah 51:13. It says, O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come.
Thou what is Christ?
Thy end is come.
That dwelleth upon what?
Many waters.
Many waters. So that's the same thing, man. All right? Waters is what? Peoples, nations, all right? Multitudes, man. You see? Go ahead.
Thine end is come, in the measure of thy covetousness.
Go ahead. Start up, boy. That's cool. You said your mother so good for you? That might be 50. Yeah, 50. Grab that too.
Jeremiah 50:12, it says, Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert.
Yeah, your mother goes into Great Britain, all right? Because this whole comes out of America. America comes out of what? Great Britain, man.
Right.
So even the nation that birthed you, all right? Even if I'm not mistaken, don't all those elites stay over there in like England, right?
Yeah.
Because they know that this place is gonna be destroyed, man. All right. This ain't nothing but a cash cow, man.
That's it.
You know?
That's it.
Say something?
Nah, you took it right out my mouth.
You're a corporation.
That's all it is. It's a corporation, man. Which was their whole point in making in the Green New Deal, right? The what's the damn act? The 1913 thing, and the whole reason
Oh, the
for them.
Declaration of Independence.
Right before that,
I forget the name of it.
Federal Reserve.
Yeah, the establishment of the Federal Reserve. You know, I forget the exact name of the act, but there was a reason why they got that guy Jacob Astor out of the way.
Yeah.
All right, ship the whole ship, man. All right, sink the whole ship. You see, just because one family, and what's that family is still very rich.
You talking about the Titanic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That you can look up the Astor family network.
Yeah.
All right, and they right up there with them. You see, but that was it, right?
I got something. Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 1 said, Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So that's what we are constantly seeing right now. That America right now, it at the end of what a spoiling nation, going in other countries, setting up public government, setting, putting all these bases. Everybody got their countries and stuff like being what the hammer of the whole earth. These nations are tied, so they get ready to deal very treacherously with what America. Tied to tires. Tired of all this influence that they have on. They tired of the dollar. You know what I'm saying? They tired of all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, man. You got it.
Yeah, but you don't think that makes people feel a certain way?
Yeah.
You're saying, I'm tired of y'all dealing like this, so I'm gonna put tariffs on everybody just so we can negotiate new deals. That's you flexing your power, man.
That's it.
You see, you put these nations back in check, and I guarantee you, that they don't really like that.
That's it.
I guarantee you.
Man, I'm telling you.
What China said a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
Sick of this, man.
They ready for anything
They're ready
at this
for
point.
anything, on all aspects, man. Yeah.
You keep poking the beast, brother. The bell, whatever you want to call it, is gonna rouse out.
Yeah, man.
Hey, brother, what happened to the peace talks with Putin now in Ukraine? What happened to that? You was gonna get in there, smooth everything over. What happened to that, brother? What happened to that? What happened to the peace talks? You said Putin pissed you off, and you ain't heard nothing since.
That's it.
Because that ain't according to prophecy that you gonna come in here and make peace with.
That's right.
With Magog, man.
That's it.
All right. They are going to be the ones that spearhead World War III and taking the goddamn Edomites down. Edomite on Edomite crime.
These nations are angry. You know what I'm saying? They're sick and tired of all this unrighteous dealing. They sick and tired of America coming to robbing, stealing, and spoiling, and raping. You know what I'm saying? They're sick and tired of it. You know what I'm saying? The America constantly, going in there, once again, setting up their influence, their democracy over all these different nations. You know what I'm saying? So they have influence, and if you don't go rock their way, they'll take you out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, that's why they get ready to deal trustfully with America. They shall what? Burn the whore. Revelation chapter 17. So we coming upon that time. Yes, indeed.
That was it, bro.
I can read it in the NLT and break it down a little bit more. All right. Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 1, it says, What sorrows await you Assyrians? So, modern day Assyrians, what America, or so-called white men said, who have destroyed others, said, but have never been destroyed yourselves. Said you betrayed others, but you have never been betrayed. Said when you are done destroying, you will be destroyed, and when you are done betraying, you will be betrayed. So
read that again.
I'll read
It's
it
a good
again.
point.
Don't let you
I'm
break
gonna
it.
grab you to stop it.
Yeah,
Because it was
okay.
a good point that it said.
Yeah, okay. All right. Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 1 in the NLT said, what sorrows await you are serious. So who have destroyed others? Said, but have never been destroyed.
But have never been destroyed. Revelation 18. But that goes into Isaiah 47. You say, I am a queen. I am no widow. I shall not see no sorrow.
That's it.
You ain't never seen no real war here in America, man. All right? You ain't never seen a place that get hit with missiles. All right?
That's it.
You ain't never seen that here. All right?
Yeah.
Keep going, brother.
It's good. It says here, it said, but you have never been destroyed yourself. You betrayed others, but you have never been betrayed. When you are done destroying, you will be destroyed. When you are done betraying, you will be betrayed.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's getting ready to happen. You know, so you see it in America right now. You know, everybody right now living in peace, is a serenity, a peace and safety. But you know what I'm saying? With all hell breaking loose, a lot of people ain't never seen like a war-torn country. They ain't never seen a third world country. You know what I'm saying? These people living fat off the hog, relaxing in their leaves. You know what I'm saying? Just going on with their daily life. So when all these things start happening upon them, they gonna be, bugged out of their mind. They gonna be unalive. Go ahead, man. You got it.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Revelation 18:7. It says, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously.
Man.
So much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
That's it.
Revelation 18:7.
Yeah. So, go ahead, man. That's powerful. That's powerful, man.
This is Revelation chapter 18:7. It says, how much she, talking about Babylon, aka America, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
I said, as a queen, I am no widow, and I shall see no sorrow. That's the mindset of what you call what's the name of a bitch that act like that? High-minded, proud.
Yeah. Conceited.
You know?
Yeah.
Conceited. That's
Proud.
You know? I'm a bad bitch. That's what America think, man. It can't be told nothing. You see? But getting real soon. Getting ready to be shown. Man, the Lord getting ready to show his power, man.
That's it.
Conceited is synonymous with being proud.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
No pride go before
Destruction.
There you go.
Proverbs 16:18.
also
Grab
too,
that.
pride is most hateful for the
You know,
Lord.
yes.
The Lord hates pride.
Yes.
It's like,
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm putting it.
just backing that up with the pride, it says that again. I believe that's in Sirach. I'm gonna find a precept.
Yeah.
But it talks about how the Lord hates pride. All right, He hates pride within His men. How much more does He hate pride of His enemies?
That's it.
Come on, man. It's gotta make sense at some point in
So
time.
that's what I'm saying. It's just like, just like a lot of people right now, they have much right now. Financial stable. You got people, eating good right now. They have their job right now. They still, have their family unit right now. What are you going to do? You don't have any food. What are you going to do when there are no shelter? When all hell breaks? When you lose your family right before you got, what in the hell are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? You're not prepared.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. You got it.
I think y'all probably was holding. I was holding. Isaiah 47.
Yes. Go ahead. Bring it up.
It's Isaiah 47 and 1. It says, come down and sit in the dust with virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldean. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
All right, it says, come and sit down in the dust, man. All right, well, dust represents confusion. All right, you're going to go from that proud, high-minded, lofty state to being in a state of confusion. All right, it says sit on the ground. So from the pedestal to the ground, man. All right, which is why I said in Isaiah 14 that I saw Lucifer falling from heaven, man. That represents how fast your kingdom gonna fall, man. All right.
They like to back you up too. It also goes into their mindset in Obadiah when it talks about that they exalt themselves
so above the stars.
above the stars as the Most High.
Yep.
So how much more, like how low does that have to be that you exalt yourself as the Most High to be the Most High, and now you on the ground at a dust confused?
They got the cliche in the world of the greater you are, the harder you fall.
Yeah, it's the higher you climb, the harder you fall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey man, you've climbed higher than any nation on the planet Earth, man, except the Israelites.
Yep.
All right, you've had the most mightiest rule. All right, except under Israel, man. You had a better rule than Moab, right? You had a better rule than Ishmael, because all these nations had their turns, man.
Yep.
You know, all these nations had their hands on the apple of the Most High's eye, man. All right, but the Lord said, "You are getting ready to sit on the ground, for there is no more throne, and you shall no more be called tender and delicate, man." So, go ahead, jump to 5.
Verse 5, Isaiah 47:5. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms.
Keep going.
I was wrought with my people, I have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thine hand.
Right, we were given to you, man. All right, you ain't take us, man. All right, we went off, right, and that's a punishment from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that we be given into the hand of our enemies, man. All right, the Lord gave us into you. Why? Because He was pissed off. Okay, but now we're coming to a point in the matter of the Lord's getting ready to save His elect. All right, His precious elect. All right. And everybody else, if you're not a part of the elect, you get ready to be destroyed, man. Okay? Keep going.
Thou didst show them no mercy.
You shoot us no mercy, man. You shoot us no mercy. Right? You furthered the affliction. You made things much worse. You made this captivity way worse than the Lord desired, man. All right? Keep going.
Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever.
So that's your mindset, that you shall be a lady forever.
I'm gonna get
You're gonna reign forever. You ain't gonna see no turmoil, no bad times, man. All right, keep going.
It says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this in the NLT. Yeah, verse 7 in the NLT, it says, you say, I will reign forever as the queen of the world. You did not reflect on your actions.
So like you, as the what?
As the queen of the world.
The queen of the world. And don't we live in a world full of so-called queens? Well, a woman has compassed a man. You see, a queendom, man. The man of queens, whores, man. You see, because that's all the word queen means. It goes back to being a whore.
That's it.
All right, and that's ironic. You call yourself a queen because the scriptures call you a whore.
That's it. A prostitute.
Yeah, keep going.
It says you did not reflect on your actions or think about the consequences. Proud.
Bro, bring that out right quick. You finish it up. Rashad?
Okay. This Proverbs 16 and 18, it says, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall.
So before a place is destroyed, all right, or before a place falls, it becomes prideful. You have a whole month here. You put a whole month across the fucking globe called PRIDE month, man. All right. You look at it. You put all the letters together. Pride and month. You got demons spelled up in there.
That's it.
Finish yours up.
Yeah, this verse 8. It says, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures that dwellest carelessly, that says in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Alright? It says,
if I could say real
No,
quick,
that's pretty much that's cool.
hey, it's gonna be a lot of widowhood because a lot of these people, these guys that's in the army and the navy, the Air Force and the Force, period, they gonna die, man. So to say they ain't gonna see no widowhood, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Scriptures tell you, hey, a lot of your children gonna die, a lot of your young men are gonna die, man. Yep.
And it's also, the Lord basically goes talking about that even the mighty man's strength is not going to save him.
That's right.
Is the archer's arrow is not going to save him. What is that? Yeah.
It's Psalms 104 verse 9. Thou hast set a bind that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to come to earth. That's right. So the Lord has set a bound that they cannot pass. So they got a certain time they got to move. They gonna stop. Lord will shut down. But the Lord got to shut down, man, because he'll shut down soon. And the world will be out of chaos.
That's it.
Next it.
What is that say?
And the Lord promised it can't be defeated. So that gotta happen.
That's it. That's it.
This Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
God has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So this place has a set expiration date, man.
That's it.
All right? When the milk expires, you can't drink it after that date.
That's it.
All you can do is throw it
All you can do is throw it away. When you look at something and see it's expired, you throw it away.
It's over with.
And it's over with, man. This place is through. Okay? Like we started off going into the economy, these different things. That's prophecy, man. That this place utterly cast down. But y'all probably teachers, just put out a line.
This is what I was quoting. This is the book of Amos chapter 2 and 14. All right, just talking about again that you can't escape this, man. No matter how physically fit you think you are, how much of a soldier you think you are, again, that haughtiness that many people are having in this world. They think it's a survival of the fittest, but ultimately, if the Lord ordained for you to get smashed, you're gonna get smashed, man. So again, your strength, your weapons, nothing what these devils, boast about is gonna save them in that day. But this is the book of Amos chapter 2 and 14. It says, therefore, the flight shall perish from the swift. All right? And the strong shall not strengthen his force, neither shall the mighty deliver himself. All right? And it's going into, even the fastest runners. All right? The fastest runners and the strongest people. You can't escape this. All right? Everybody going some more. It says, neither shall he stand that handleth the bow, and he that is swift of the foot shall not deliver himself, neither shall he that rideth the horse deliver himself. All right, so you could go into with that bow being the actual weapons of assault rifles and just any type of military weapons. All right, that's not going to save you in that day. In verse 16, ended it off, it says that he that is courageous among the mighty shall flee away naked. And that day said the Lord Jehovah. All right, but just furthermore, just breaking down the point. It's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, man. Yes, sir.
That's it. Can't get over, can't get around.
Yes,
It is what it is.
Who was saying Amos 5? I'm going to ask you, get it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got something.
You can't run from the Lord.
That's it. Keep running. Someone is going to escape the hands.
This is Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion, and the bear met him, or went into the house and laying his hand on the wall, and the serpent bit him.
Yeah. She says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, man. For what end is it for you?
That's it.
And for a lot of you people here in America, all right, and across the globe, that the Lord is not going to have mercy on, all right, it's going to be that exact thing. Imagine fleeing from a lion and you met a bear. Like, oh shit, you know, you get someone that's a place of comfort, all right, and you try to catch your breath and put your hand on the wall
And another peril.
and another peril comes.
Nah, you gotta serve.
Hey, if I can say
Go ahead,
too,
let me make my biggest point.
I was just gonna say it's gonna be calamity after calamity.
that's what I
Yes,
was
yes,
You said to get out of my
that's a
head.
spirit. That's a spirit.
But I tell you, like I said, it's literal as that could be. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine that. You know, you'd probably walking with a group of 10, and now 10 is to 5, and now 5 is to 4, and then there's only one man left. People just dying left and right with all these calamities that's going on, man. Go ahead, you got it.
I want to see something too, because people don't know we're planning out our destiny. So you not by you trying to avoid evade something, you running straight into your judgment. What it was going to be in the first place. All we doing is just planning it out. So it's no, you could think you're running, you're not running, brother. You got already. You just gotta walk into it.
The final destination, man.
That's it.
Butterfly effect. This, hey man, you walking right into your final destination, man. Go ahead, bro.
Basically, just for more, yeah, back up the point that, hey, man, Esau rulership ain't gonna last no longer than it has to be. You know what I'm saying? It's Job 20, verse 5. That the triumph of the wicked is short.
Stop.
Going up. It's Job 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumph of the wicked is short?
Right, because wickedness never lasts, man. In the scriptures, wickedness never lasts. It always had a quick end. Go ahead.
When you go back to the books when our kings and stuff like that was ruling, bro, the wicked kings always reigned for a short period of time.
Yes, bro.
A real short period when it was real wicked, brother.
Yeah, because it make the world wicked. Wicked, man.
That's it.
Yeah, Lord's not fucking with that, man.
Yeah. Hey man, look, the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, right?
That's right.
Keep going, brother.
It says, the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach up to the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yet he shall be a chase away as a vision of the night. And the eye also which saw him shall see him no more. Neither shall his place any more behold him. That's right, man. So, hey, once there's a Esau leadership go down, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he gonna serve 1,000 years of slavery, and then he gonna be exterminated, man.
That's gonna be a bonfire.
Look at motherfucker, man.
Go ahead.
Okay, I had a number, but I'm gonna read those. It says Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4 said, whereas Edom says we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall be called the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever. So you go to the word indignation, righteous anger, and Edom, the modern day so-called white man. So right now we're seeing that this man is in power right now. He done did a lot of great things. But one thing about the Lord said, he would build, but he get ready to throw down. So that's that transition power is taking place right before our eyes. He got bounds that he cannot pass, and also we're in that short season. So we see it right at the end of this man reign of terror. And so also we see it right now that this man right now is getting ready to come down with great wrath. This man is getting ready to come down with great wrath, because he knowing that his time is very short. That's why the Lord said, they shall build, but he will throw down. You know what I'm saying? They are the border of wickedness. That's all this man has ever done and brought forth what? Wickedness, all sorts of abomination, all sorts of iniquity, things that is displeasing to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. And the Lord's getting ready to put an end to this nightmare. You know what I'm saying? This is not our rest. So the Lord's getting ready to give us our final rest. Kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. You got it, man.
Like the other always say, man. You go to the so-called white man and look at his track record. What has he ever done that people have prospered for? Nothing.
Oh, if I could say, I remember being in high school in my history. Damn. In my history class, when we learned about, we always learned about like the United States and their relationships and a lot of the history they had going on with other nations. And it always went into how I forgot my point.
Social studies, like social studies.
Yeah,
classes.
but it was called U.S. history.
Word issue.
Yeah, something like that.
Cities. Something like
Yeah, it always went into how they just fucked everybody over.
Yeah.
So
That's simple.
yeah, after you used to have to take our exit ticket. The question will always be on that specific lesson, but the question will always be, was the U.S. To what extent was the U.S. right or wrong in this situation? But the answer always was they was wrong to this much extent.
Right.
But it just go into how they just fucked everybody over. That was the point I wanted to make, but I forgot. There's a lot of
This second Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 13, and it reads, "For it is a token of his great goodness when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished." So pretty much backing up what y'all was saying, man.
That's it.
Hey, this devil, he had a short run, and like these brothers had beautifully put it, at the time it's winding down, and that's a blessing. It says a good token, right? When a wicked doer is not suffering any long time. But
Backing you up, this is the book of Job 21 and 30. It says that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. Job 21 and 29, have ye not asked them that go by the way, and do ye not know their tokens? That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. All right? And, pretty much backing up the point that the brother brought out, that pretty much, again, the Lord is not going to suffer wickedness. The Lord will never suffer wickedness to continue, on and on. All right? It has to come to an end at some point in time. So how much more now when the wicked is in rule right now? We know that his kingdom is coming down shortly, man.
And with that being said, the worst captivity we ever been in.
Yep.
So this paper gonna fall fast, bro. This is coming to an end.
Got it.
From the top.
7 and 42.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 43. It says, "But the day of doom shall be the end of this time."
Yeah, the day of doom. All right? Because this place is going to be getting hit with nuclear missiles. All right? Like they said, the prophets of doom. Yeah. Because this place is getting ready to go out with a bang. All right? Y'all like to pop them fireworks on July 4th, to celebrate your independence. But it's going to be the real fireworks, man. And we're going to celebrate our independence. All right? Go ahead.
Yeah, if we're the prophets of doom, we just prophesying what's to come, which is the destruction.
Yep.
So how much more when our power actually makes those things manifest?
Yes.
All we doing is just saying it. We just delivering the message.
That's right.
But it's gonna come from our power. It's gonna happen. It actually happen.
You're saying that Lord's going to bring doom upon you.
Go ahead.
it's that word doom
Yes.
in the online.
Yes.
And it reads, it says a law, a statute, a decree, administration of justice, judgment, equity, righteousness. I think, that's it.
Yeah, so the Lord is about to administrate. What did it say?
It says administration of justice.
Man, the Lord is about to administrate justice, man. All right?
Going to give whole earth justice.
He's about to give the whole earth justice. All right, so it's justice decree goes into judgment. You see, he about to issue judgment, man. Go ahead.
It's fitting that we are called the prophets of doom.
Doom, yeah.
Jake thinks doom means like a negative connotation,
Yeah.
but really that's one of the best compliments a scoffer can give us.
Yes. That means we're doing the right
We
thing.
doing what we supposed to
We're doing
do.
what we're supposed to do.
Justice.
Finish that out, brother.
Verse 43 again. "But the day of doom shall be the end of this time,
Yes.
and the beginning of the immortality for to come."
You see how that's go hand in hand with each other? The day of doom being the end of this time, and then what it say?
It says, and the beginning of immortality for to come.
In the beginning of immortality, all right, being saved. This place being destroyed. Keep going.
Wherein corruption is past.
Corruption is past. All right, it's gonna be a thing of the past going off. All right, go ahead.
It says, intemperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off.
Yeah, unfaithfulness, man. All right, going to that word infidelity. Or fidelity just goes into faith. All right, if something is infidelity, it's not or without, like the brother said, man. All right, that's cut off. Go ahead.
Righteousness is grown.
Righteousness is grown. See, keep going.
And truth sprung up. It sprung up.
Truth sprung up. See, so when the wickedness is being cut off, all right, hewed down and turned into dust, what happens then? The righteousness and the truth springs up. You see, it can't go at the same existence at the same time. What's that one you like to get that say about violence or something? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Put that out. Go ahead.
I was gonna say there's a particular little treatment that you do to like an area, like a wooded area that have a lot of dead. What you do is you I forget the actual name of it, but you burn it.
Yeah.
And then springs forth new life. Yeah, it uses the ashes to bring forth new life, man.
Oh, good. That's heavy. Oh,
So the Lord, he finna do what? He actually finna burn this place, and then new life, righteousness is gonna spring forth.
Yeah, their demise will live to our rise.
Yeah, a new one and replenish her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the proof itself.
that's
They work in tandem. They go hand in hand with each other.
Yeah. That's more, right? Yeah, keep going.
Verse 45. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that had gotten the victory.
So you get destroyed. You can't. How you gonna be saved? You get hit with a missile. How you gonna oppress one of the elect? All right, if they're in the chariot, man. See. Go ahead, Brad.
This is 2 Ezra 4, verse 29. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down.
Yeah, because righteousness and wickedness, they both can't exist at an all-time high, right? Since the elder apostles, all right, been out there teaching, the truth just been springing up, and what's been happening? The veil is being lifted, all right. The skirt is being uncovered. The wickedness of this man has been exposed, man, all right. And after exposure, what happens? A demise. If we're living, it has to be destroyed. If we're living in a time period where that demise is going to bring them to the being destroyed, as what? The truth is springing out more and more. It's flourishing. All right? According to 2 Ezra 6, and what that's 18, that's for faith that shall flourish, man. You see? Go ahead.
Yeah, basically said turn upside down. They say, man, bring the earth back in order, man.
That's right.
Because
it's out of course.
It's out of course, man.
That's right.
It said, if the place where the evil is sown has not a weight, they cannot yet come that is sown good. Come. So yeah, the place where it's sown evil is that's America. You know, for its wickedness, all the following going on. It said if the down pass away, then in the place that's sown good was our kingdom. Because it's gonna be sown good, there's gonna be righteousness.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be rest, earth will be in order, the creatures, trees. You know what I'm saying? Everything, man. Everything will be right, man. It ain't gonna come. So basically, man, hey, off of our kingdom be established, this destruction gotta happen, man.
That's right.
It says here, 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 27. It says, for evil shall be put out.
That's what I'm quoting.
And what you was quoting, backing you up. It says 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 27 said, for evil shall be put out. It said, and deceit shall be quenched. It said, verse 28, as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome.
It said, evil shall be put out.
That's it.
Deceit shall be quenched, meaning it ain't gonna be no more.
It ain't gonna be no more.
All right? Where?
That's it. Verse 28 again. It said, as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which has been so long without fruit shall be declared. So that's exactly what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom and knowledge shall be established in the time. And also this gospel shall be preached throughout the four corners of the earth. Then shall the end come. That's what's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? And truth is being declared. We're seeing that corruption being overcome. You know what I'm saying? You know, even in deceit. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing that vibration is changing. You know, Lord is setting that righteous order back upon the earth once again. We customary rejoicing. You got it, man.
This is the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 18 and 1. All right, furthermore, backing up the point, good and Salaki. We said evil and good.
It can't work together.
It can't work together.
What has to flourish and what has to be put out.
It got to be put out.
But this is Sirach chapter 18 and 1. It says, "He that liveth forever hath created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and the Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but He, who governed," this is the point, "who governed the world with the palm of His hand, and all things obey His will."
If I can say real quick, when you govern something, what you do with it?
Control.
That's it. Total control.
You literally, if something in your hand not, and you just doing this, you got a ball in your hand, a little small ball, you just do what? Just do
Whatever
throw
you
it in there,
please.
you know, you do whatever you please with it. You governing it, man. All right, go ahead. Go make a point.
No, I was about to say because something being in your hand represents control.
Yes.
That's what it represents. Anything in your hand, you control it.
Hey, like they said with your boy Kyrie Irving, he got the ball on the street. He got the ball. He will never lose it. He controlling it, man. That's what the Lord do with the earth.
He manipulated it.
He manipulated it. He making it go that way and bounce back to him.
Then he turned that bitch off the glass and all
Come on,
that.
man. Hey, man, the Lord cold, bro.
Like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, the Lord cold with it, man. That's what he's doing with the kings of the earth. That's what he's doing with us. He's doing it with everything. The fish in the sea, man.
That's it.
They tell you that not one bird falling out the sky. That's the Lord's sanction, man.
That's His sanction.
You see? You can't get around that, man. Go ahead, Al. That's heavy.
Again, this is Sirach 18 and 3. It says, "Who governed the world with the palm of His hand, and all things obey His will.
All things.
For He is the King of all, by His power dividing holy things among them from profane."
That's it.
So again, backing up the brothers, it'll never coincide. All right, while this devil is ruling and the righteous is what it says in Isaiah or Ecclesiastes. I've seen servants on horses.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes 10.
Yeah. By the righteous being on that ground and and the wicked being upright now, that's got to change. All right, thus saith the Lord, and that will change. All right, because again, that was the other point too. Brothers talking about the prophet of doom. All right, the Lord has to separate us away from all of these other teachings. All right, because I just ran across a video on Instagram. They got a damn drag church, man, with a drag pastor that's go by the pronouns and so on and so forth. But how can that go side by side with what we speak? All right, so if you want to say that that's right, and you want to say that that's that's freedom and whatever thing that this devil in Babylon promotes. Yeah, we'll take that prophets of doom as a proud mark. You know what I'm saying?
Compliment.
Yeah, that's a compliment because, we okay with being a prophet of doom because our salvation comes from that.
Yeah.
These people, we know, about the scriptures say here we have no continuing city. All right, so our doctrine is complete contrary from the people of the world because they wish to stay in this place, man. They wish to stay slaves, bro. So it's good to be a prophet of doom because at least we know we're gonna be saved out of this place, man. Because we know we slaves. All right.
Yeah, that was it on that.
Anybody else?
That's all good. Yeah, man. So, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, it's live camp. All right, and that this place be hewed down and cast into the fire, man. All right, and that the Lord come back and get us. All right, and these prophecies ultimately be fulfilled. So with that, we're gonna give our praises, glory, infinite honors unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash.
the bodies once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations to the whole day. Until next time, I say shalom.
Shalom.
Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.
Kwame Yasharam.
Kwame Yasharam.
Shalom.
Shalom.